Today we're in Enfield, New Hampshire. Enfield is the birthplace of New Hampshire Governor Robert O. Blood. Governor Blood served as our chief executive during most of World War II, from its start in 1941 to 1945. Often when I'm having trouble sleeping, I try to remember the names of all the New Hampshire governors who served during my lifetime. Governor Blood is one of two names I sometimes have trouble recalling. Robert O. Blood, Charles Dale, those are the two. They come one after the other. Sometimes I miss them. So I thought, if I did a story on Governor Blood, it will retain him in my memory bank. So who was he? Well, born here in Enfield, 1887, public schools here, graduated from Dartmouth, and then in 1913 from the Dartmouth Medical School, so he was an MD. Set up practice in 1915 in Concord. Next year married Pauline Shepard. They had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Dr. Blood was 30 years old when the United States entered World War I. He at once enlisted in the U.S. Medical Corps. He saw action in France, and by the end of the war, he was a lieutenant colonel and had been decorated for his service. His military experience served him well as governor during the war, where he had a deep interest in veterans affairs. Dr. Blood was 48 before he became interested in politics. 1935, he was a member of the General Court. 2 years later, he was a state senator. In 1939, he was president of the Senate, and no surprise, he was a Republican. As I say, he was elected governor in 1940, re-elected in 42. He died in 1975, the age of 88, and left a collection of fine porcelain to the state. He collected porcelain. That collection is displayed and can be seen at the Bridges House in East Concord. Charles Dale of Portsmouth followed Robert O. Blood as governor, as I say. And by the way, the man who preceded him was Francis P. Murphy, and Governor Murphy was not incidentally the man who created Channel 9. W-M-U-R, the first 3 letters of his last name. Go figure.